Hi, guys. Be with you just a second. I had a little intro thingy here. But hello. Van Vita Travels. Hi, Paula. Christina, Dyson's Crazy Adventures. How are you? I'm just going to give it a few more minutes here. Hilda. Hello, Hildy. I'm trying to get everything shut down. I was over on Kevin's moderating for him and had all of his needed channels up. Oh, Prairie Life. Hello. And Jennifer, Happy Water Girl. Hello. How is everybody? First of all, can y'all hear me okay? And see me okay? All that good stuff. It's been a while since I really did a live, so. And I'm sitting in front of the window now, and sun's a coming and a going, so I don't know what's going on with it. So just wondering if everybody can see me and hear me okay. Johnny Waterboy, hello. Okay. Christina says I am good. That is great. I've been playing with some little things here. And I don't remember what I got all going on here. So hang on with me just a second. That's the PayPal. Oh, nope, I did not. Did not get it all put in there. Oops, sorry. Okay. I'll turn that one off. I actually now have an address, and I thought I had that in there, so I didn't. So, Brandon, hello. Oh, Sharon, hello. Floss, how are you all? Oh my goodness. Well, thank you. I do clean up every now and then, Paula. Oh goodness. So how has everybody's week been? Paula, I know you've been going through some stressful times. Hope you're getting that wound out. And don't stress the mess. Just handle what you can handle, honey. That's all I can tell you. It will work out it will all work out for the good in the end. Whew, I'll get it. Well, I think today is the first day it has not rained here, Johnny. I'm telling you, it's at the point to where the toilets don't want to flush because water has nowhere to go. Even with my big septic tank and the leach bed and all that crazy stuff, it has just been. Hubby did get the mowing done yesterday, and like you said, it don't look perfect. I said it don't have to be perfect, it just has to be done, because it was getting so tall and it was getting, it was so wet and stuff. And that's part of my my little catch up duties here. One reason I'm so glad we went camping last week and not this week. Oh, goodness. But as you all can see, I'm starting to post some some videos and stuff from our camping trip and the bug bites. Look at this. Can you all see some of these? I got ate up, man. And it wasn't mosquitoes. It was flies. Hello, Ray. Oh my gosh. Makes me feel good. All of the big hitters are here. Oh, Hildy and Christina and Floss and Brandon and Van Vita, Waterboy. Oh gosh, you all just make me feel so good, so good. Oh my goodness. Oh, Hildy, we had so much fun. It was one of those camping trips where you could either laugh or cry. Okay? I mean, that's just the way it is, Nothing ever goes smoothly as planned. Am I correct? I mean, So, but we decided we're going to go over on a Tuesday because hubby had a job interview Wednesday for still working for the Department of Highways, but just a different branch. So we thought, well, we'll go a day early so we don't have to go into town, then rush to get over there and get all set up and all that good stuff, right? And so because it is so close to home, we can take our larger refrigerator over and all that stuff. So, we had the truck all loaded and not a raindrop one. We're loading the truck and getting everything ready. And so the campground, if nobody's, Victoria, hello, honey, welcome. So I call the campground, and if nobody has rented the campsite the night before, which it was just the one night available. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Hello, Ford man. Hello, honey. And so I called the campground, and yeah, somebody had rented my spot for that one night. So, okay, they'll call me when they get out of there so I can come in and set up early, No, they did not leave there till they have to be off there at 5:00. At 5:00, they moved off. And, and it's like, okay. So, of course, by that time we're ready to go. But the campground friend of mine is over there. She calls me and says, hey, they're off now. So if you want to come on over. Well, our check-in time's at 6. So, but yeah, so, okay, maybe we'll get a few minutes early. We get over there, and trust me, it's only like a 15-minute drive, okay? And my car is loaded to the hilt because hubby packed, and as y'all could tell, he overpacks. And we had his truck loaded to the hilt, the back of his truck loaded, because he also had firewood on there too, which, and so we got the boat hooked up and everything. So we get about halfway over there, and guess what? It starts pouring the rain. I mean, it is pouring the rain. And I'm like, oh, great. I don't remember a camping trip yet that I did not have to set up in the rain. So we get over there, we get back into our spot and everything. And it did let up so we could start setting up everything. Now you got to remember now, my setup is my SUV with a tent. So you got to watch and not make sure the rain doesn't blow into the SUV, make sure it doesn't blow into the tent, So it did slack off, and we did kind of throw it together and get everything set up, which of course, the tent, you got to get it all lined up and, and of course it's on concrete. So part of it can't be staked down, but we had sandbags to put on. I mean, so we get our easy up set up and our tent set up, and it's like, okay. Then we start setting things inside the tent, trying to get things from getting wet, And then, like I said, I showed in that one video while we were there, hubby bought the awesome grill, a brand new toaster oven. I mean, and so of course you want to keep that all dry and stuff, So we went over this, we got everything set up, and luckily our neighbors and stuff, they went over to help us. So that helped. And so it came time, of course, everything's wet, so you can't build a campfire, and because the other people left out so late and we got over there, it was raining. I didn't get to spray off the campsite. So apparently, whoever stayed there must have spilt pop, had candy or something. Because, like I said, the flies were horrible, ants everywhere. So we did eventually get cleaned up to where we weren't invaded by the ants and everything. But the flies were horrible. But it's like it's camping, right? So what do you expect? We laid down that night, and I had put up some Christmas lights around my awning. And I'm laying there and I'm looking out the window. And like I said, it had quit raining. So we were able to leave the car windows down. And I could hear the crickets in the background and some frogs across the lake. And a tree falls across the lake on the hillside. And so, of course, I'm like, what was that? What was that? And so, but I'm laying there and I'm looking out, and you saw in the video the view, those little twinkly lights out there, and it looked like the stars. And I'm like, oh, this is what Ray and all of them see at van life and stuff. It was so soothing. It was just, I would have to mark that as one of my perfect nights. My dogs are inside the tent. We've got them in their kennels, and I can hear them kind of snoring a little bit. Hubby's, he's beside of me, and, we're in an SUV, so it's not like you can hide from each other. And I'm laying there and I'm listening to everybody breathing, the crickets and the frogs, and every now and then you hear, the fish ripple in the water. And I'm looking at the little lights against the black sky. Oh, it was just so peaceful. It's like all of the day's stress just washed away. If a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound? Yes, it does, especially when you're starting to doze off to sleep. And then you're shot awake like, is that a bear coming through my campsite? but yeah, it was just, and I'm thinking, oh, if Rick could just retire and we could just hit the road and just get more adventures like that. It was so good. So I get up the next morning, and I think that's when we made the sausage and biscuits for breakfast. So I'm like breaking out the new grill and everything. I think I cooked more camping than I know I've cooked more camping than I have since I've been home. But so we're sitting there, and of course, the next morning it's not raining as bad, so straightening up, getting everything organized. And the puppies were just, they were restless. And we're like, we've got some of that extra flooring stuff down. Let's get them up off that wet, damp concrete. And so, yes, my puppies had a flooring in their playpens. And next thing I know, they're over there curled up, sleeping like there was no tomorrow. Hello, Bill from Thin Blue Lane. There's my man. I knew he'd come see me sooner or later. I take it you're sick today? Oh, no. Oh, no. But we get out there, and like I said, we finally, we had the boat hooked up the day before, and it had messed up. Our neighbor helped us get that water pump replaced and fixed. And so we're ready to put the boat on the water. But of course, it rains. So we have to wait again. But we're sitting there under the awning and thinking, okay, now this is Wednesday. So Rick had a job interview. So I'm like, well, I'm coming home. Me and the dogs will wait on you at the house. And, all that stuff. And I'll take me a shower while I'm there and, get those last minute things we might have forgot and stuff like that. I am sitting here at the house and it is pouring the rain. I mean, thunder, lightning, trees are flying like you wouldn't. I mean, the limbs are, you're thinking everything's going to come crashing down. And I'm thinking, oh, I hope my tent is still standing when I get there. And hubby finally gets home. It's about 6:00 that evening. We head over to the campgrounds. And first thing you see when we pull in, somebody's canopy upside down. I'm thinking, oh, we left our canopies out and everything, because it wasn't supposed to rain. But we get over there and it's like, hey, not too bad. Everything's still here and everything. So, we start, we got our little leaf blower and we're blowing off the water off of the concrete and, straightening up a little bit. And MZ3, hello, honey. And so I got to looking at the top of my tent looks funny. And yes, a pole had broke. And so I get that down, make sure, my fears is it's going to poke a hole through the tent and all this stuff. And it did, but it was in the little sheath that it goes through and stuff. But it's still standing, right? So we was over there one night. I don't want to go home yet, And of course, hubby is like, oh, crap, it's broke and blah, blah, blah. And, and all this stuff. No, we're going to make it through this. We're going to do okay. And it had held. I mean, it stood up. So we're sitting there that night. It's a Wednesday night. And we do good. We get the boat out into the water Thursday. And I bring it up to the campsite. Get it in the water. It doesn't want to run. And I'm like, I'm going up the river. And it's like, almost like you're pushing your clutch in or something other, And I'm like, man, this thing is sluggish. It's not wanting to idle right. Something's not right. Hubby had left the gas in it from the year before. So it had old gas in it. He's like, well, I put stabilizer in it. Well, yeah, did you put the seafoam in it this year? No. Okay. So, we tie the boat up. I get it up there. And I was sitting there and I'm making Philly steak and cheese for dinner. And he's like, oh, you made more, So, yeah, I did. I made too much. I said, well, I got plans for those, So we had dinner and everything. And then all of a sudden, the wind started picking up. Sounds like a story you had in ROTC in high school. Honey, I went all 4 years with my son in JROTC, went with them on their camping trips, and it was nothing like these. I mean, my roughest time was teaching them how to build fires, okay? And, yeah, we didn't have duct tape with us, because that's usually the first thing I pack. But we did have electrical tape, so I taped the pole back up and everything. And so we're sitting there in a broken tent now, nonetheless. And it starts raining. The canopy about blew up. We realized one corner we didn't have tied down. So we run and tie it to the vehicle real quick. And so it's like, okay. So we jump in, put the dogs in their kennel in the tent. And we're sitting in the back of the van or back of the SUV. And I do have video of this coming out. But I'm sitting there the whole time, though. If I wasn't filming, I'm sitting there with my phone, waiting, just waiting. All I have to do is hit play, hit record in case something happens, right? The ultimate YouTuber. If crap's going to hit the fan, I'm going to catch it on film. But I'm looking outside. I didn't even have time because, where it was so hot and muggy and everything, I took our shirts that we had been wearing and rinsed them out. I'd washed the laundry and rinsed them out and hung them on a clothesline, so they don't stink, right? Because you're in a tent, you're in a small space, you don't want it to stink. And I look out at my clothesline and my clothes are literally flying. I mean, it's like if those pins would have come loose, they would have ended up in the river. I mean, in the lake. And I'm like, well, it's pouring the rain. I am not going out there to get them, So it's like, come to find out, we had 60-mile-an-hour winds. Not gusts, but we had 60-mile-an-hour winds coming out of that holler over at the campgrounds. And I was like, oh, my word. But we survived. Our canopies didn't blow off. Our tent stayed up. I was like, oh, no. We did it. Our tent got flooded. Everything got wet. We ran north of the barn in the morning. Oh, we're in tornado warnings. Yeah. Duct tape and wire hangers. Yeah, that would be good. I mean, I took zip ties and everything. I forgot about, making sure I had all of that. It was an adventure. And like I said, you had two choices, right? You can laugh or cry. Well, I'm thinking, if it gets too bad, I'm going to grab the dogs, throw them up in the SUV with us, click the little button, close my tailgate. I'm done. I mean, hey, we're good to go, So I wasn't really what you'd say scared of anything. But I was just like, it's like one of those, oh, what could happen next, And every little bit, hubby's like, how's the boat? How's the boat? Which he'll tell you, he can't tie up a boat. So he says, that's my job. I look out there and my 24-foot pontoon boat is tied up by the front, right? It is not moved a bit. I take both corners and I've got it tied up. So it's not doing none of this. It's just sitting there. And I'm like, as long as I can look out there and still see my boat, I'm okay. So, but we got through it. And now if it would have happened in the middle of the night to where I couldn't really see what was going on, and then I would have probably been more scared. But I wasn't afraid of it at that point in time, because I could see what was going on. And yeah, was tropical storm winds. I believe it. I believe it. And but we got up the next day, and it was Friday. Hubby wanted to go out on the boat, and I'm like, I just don't know. I really didn't want to go. And of course, I get the, well, why do we bring it if you're not going to want to go out on it? And all this stuff. And I'm like, I just don't, and that's the day that the major storm blew in. And I said, that could have been why I didn't want to go out on the boat, because we would have been caught out on that water. And the boat only has a 9.9 motor on it. So it would have took us forever, because coming up the campsites, everything is a no wake zone. So, At least we were not on the water when all this happened. You know, that first aid kit. Yeah, I'm beginning to believe that. I am beginning to believe that, Millie. Oh, but we did it. We got up the next morning, and I told hubby I was going to fix breakfast. I made scrambled eggs and took the rest of that meat that he called that I cooked too much of. You know, the little steak with the peppers and onions, and I put it on the griddle and made me a hole in the middle of that. Put me some eggs and some milk and salt and pepper, and I made me some scrambled eggs with steak, peppers, and onions, and brought out the burrito wraps. We had breakfast burritos. He's like, I would have never thought that. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why I'm cooking. That's why I'm doing the cooking, right? So you always use your leftovers. You don't want nothing to go to waste. So, but it was hilarious because, like I said, he was either laugh or cry. We did get to go visit some friends of ours that were camping over there. You know, but it's like you couldn't stay away from camp very long because you never know when it's going to rain. You know. And Ray, I don't care what you all say. I hate the buckets. I hate buckets. You know, that's like putting an elephant in a matchbox. We just don't fit. You know, I need a wide bucket. but we had a blast, and even hubby, Rick, was enjoying it. And like I said, at night, I had the screens that, well, I don't have them in here now because they're in there to be washed, but they fit down over the windows of your vehicle so that I could leave my car windows open at night and the bugs weren't coming in and out, and I could lay there and listen to nature. I didn't care. After I fell asleep, I didn't care if everybody was listening to me snore or not. I didn't care. But I would sit out there, and hubby, actually, because he knows YouTube is a big part of my life, he went down and bought internet for us. And so, which was kind of pricey, but we had internet all week. And so he said, I knew you wanted to go live. He said, now, especially for your birthday. So I did. All right, Hildy, you get you some sleep. You get some sleep, honey. But we had a blast. And I can't remember. Well, I guess the last time we went camping, we really, what you'd say, was that connected to each other and to Mother Nature. We took the dogs out on the boat twice. They love it out on the boat. My little girl, I didn't know how she was going to react, because it's her first time. First time both of them went camping. And it was her first time on the boat. But you could see from the videos, she was loving it. She thought she was queen of the river. I mean, she was, but it was hard because I couldn't relax because I had two dogs on a leash, and I'm afraid, well, what if they decide to jump over or whatever, take after a bird and, and all this stuff. And of course, I forget to put her life jacket on it. We had planned on getting him a life jacket, but we just didn't have the money. So I didn't put hers on her. So the next day we decided we're going to go out on the boat. I said, let's just take their pen. The boat's big enough, so why not? So we took their pen, set it up on the boat, put them out there on the pen, and I just kicked back with my phone, videotaped, and almost fell asleep a couple times. I could sleep on the boat in a heartbeat. I mean, I'm that tight, but hubby kept saying, don't drop your phone. Don't drop your phone. Because he's afraid it's going to drop it in the water. Because I kept trying to doze off. It was so relaxing and so invigorating at the same time. Getting re-centered, I guess you could say. And if anybody's looking, I keep looking out there. We put the top up on our boat so it's drying out and all that stuff. I keep looking out there at my boat. And it was full of so many good memories because that boat, my dad found that boat for sale on top of a mountain without a trailer. I mean, it was literally sitting on the ground, moss, and it had trees about 2 feet tall growing in it. And we literally cleaned it up. I reupholstered parts of the seat. Slow lane living with Paula and Randy. Hello, welcome. So we had redone the upholstery and stuff on the seats. So that was a big project me and my dad had done. And when he passed away, I went with Mom to DMV to get everything, retitled or whatever. And she said, here, this was yours and your dad's project. Put this in your name. Said, you can, it's yours. So every time the boat doesn't work, I freak out, And Dad has been gone 5 years now, I think. And even though I didn't have the heart to get on the boat, I would go out every year. We would pull the boat out, hook the muffs on it, hook the water to it, and we would start it, get it running, keep it running, let it run for a little while. And I would pressure wash it, clean it, and then we'd park it back. And I said, there'll be a day that I could get back on that boat. And last year was the first time I got back on that boat. And yes, I cried like a baby. But my neighbors was with us and stuff, and they understood it though. That was the connection between me and my dad. And so to have it out there on the water again this year, it was just awesome. And then coming in our last ride, we were coming in, and of course, with all the rains and everything, the lake is muddy and dirty, and sticks and everything are floating around. So we're being really careful. Like I said, it's only kind of 9.9. It was only going had it up to 20 RPMs, so that's its top speed. And so, but this other boat came down, and he's got this whole big old lake, and he starts crowding us. And I'm like, if I didn't know no better, I actually start motioning for him to get over because I thought he was going to hit us. It looked like he was coming straight for us. Well, when he did that, he pushed us closer to the shore, and I could hear on the pontoon that we did a limb. Then I heard it in the motor, and I thought, okay. So we hit a stick. And I'm like, okay, well, now we're going to. So there was a stick, and it was, and I finally it popped out of the, because when we hit the wake, it brought the propeller up out of the water. And so we got rid of the stick, And then coming back, the boat started acting like it was kicking out of gear. I was like, oh no. We probably stripped I told him, I said, sounded like the propeller, it had been a blade or broke a blade on my propeller. But it sounds like, the propeller's fine, but it sounds like the inside teeth got stripped. So, which I told hubby, I said, no biggie. We'll park it this summer when we get the money. And it's not that expensive, but yeah, we'll just replace that whole propeller and, and get it back up and running, That's, just one step at a time. And I said it could, and he was like all bummed out. And I said, hey, it could be worse. At least this year it happened at the end of our camping trip and not at the beginning of our camping trip, because our other boat did that. It crapped out at the beginning of our vacation. So, you know, so we had a blast though. And it gave me, I guess because of YouTube and everything, I see things differently now. I'm looking for the beauty in nature and the beauty in people. And I walked down to the bathhouse where we were at, and they have a craft hour with the kids. And the girls there, they know me. And so they know I had 2 fur babies at home. So they gave me these little white bears that you color. Take these to your fur babies. So yeah, they're Sissy loves them, you know. But it was just, the dogs had a blast. They were spoiled rotten because everything that we ate, they ate. So, you know, we would mix a little bit of their dog food in with, you know, the stuff. So, and they loved being out on the boat. They would just lay there and just take in nature, and they would only bark if somebody would walk up to our campsite, but it's because they wanted petted. You know, they wanted some pettings, and too, they just greeting the neighbors, you know. Got to know some of the neighbors that moved in with us and stuff. But so Sunday we packed up and come home. And you think my arms look bad? You should see my ankles. I mean, you can see, let me see, there. Where's the other ones at? Up in here. And on my, I mean, but you know, it's part of camping. And that is with bug spray. That was the worst part about it. That was with bug spray. We packed up Sunday and came home, and which was good. Now, if I would have pushed it, hubby would have probably stayed. Well, he would have kept the campsite that campsite was booked, so we'd have got another one. But usually we'll book 1 week and stay 2, and he'll just drive from work over there. But I said, no, I'm good. You know, I'm ready to go back to the house. I don't want to push myself, because anybody that knows me knows I've been struggling with my anxiety. And so, you know, I'm good. I'm ready to go home. And which was a good thing, because a couple of days ago, the campgrounds flooded. People that was right down below us, I seen where their tent was set up. And they were close to the water, but they weren't near, I mean, you know, they were still in a good spot. Why, I don't know, but I would have moved it sooner. But they didn't move their tent, and just the top of it was sticking out of the water the other day. And so now they had to evacuate the whole campground, because where the campgrounds is like in the backwaters. And so they literally had to open the dam and let out like 10 feet of water. Okay. Which doesn't like a whole lot till you see how big this place is. It takes us to go from our campsite to the dam and back. Now, of course, this is with the 9.9 motor. So yeah, it's not like we're flying or anything, but it is literally 3 hours with that 9.9 motor. So it's not like it's just a little van, you know, a little lake. It's pretty good size. And, you know, in my videos, I kind of just explain how they had bought houses out in these hollers and stuff and flooded everything. So, but it covers a decent ground. So they had to evacuate all the campsites. And they finally, yesterday, they opened up camp areas 3, 4, 5, and 6, which are the ones further up in the holler. 1 and 2 is still flooded. and that's odd for over there. I've never really I've seen the campgrounds had to be evacuated and stuff before. Uh, but I've seen pictures in there today where the amphitheater um, is flooded around, around it and everything. But all of those little contributaries coming off and into the lakes are still flooded. And of course, that runs right across the campgrounds, you know. So it was a good thing we didn't stay another week because hubby would be at work and I would get the word to evacuate and I'd be like, I'm screwed. Yeah. But it was fun. When I came home though, I don't know if it was the anxiety or what, but I did start having trouble with my breathing, which my oxygen level is getting back up. It's back up to the 70s now, I believe it is. So I've been kind of kicking back, taking it easy, doing my deep breathing exercises. I'll fix dinner every now and, a couple of nights I didn't, but every now and then I'll fix dinner. And hubby's been helping me fix dinner. And he'll load the dishwasher for me because he knows that all that stuff, it takes my breath, and so he's been helping me out. But I got that little taste of SUV life, van life, camping life, RV life, whatever you want to call it. And I am just so stoked to see what our next adventure is. And hubby said we might go out somewhere this evening. They are having motocross at our little local fairground over around here, which is basically it's a field with a barn built. And they have some motocross going on. Last night they had demolition derby and I didn't think about it. But, it didn't cross my mind. But we might go out and see some motocross this evening. I don't know. He's been doing an awful lot of weed eating. He got the grass mowed today and he's been weed eating. So I don't know if I'm going to push him too much or not. But I've got to say, I have really missed getting to sit down and talk with you guys. You all are like my family. And even in the midst of that storm over there, I'm thinking to myself, oh, if they could only see this. Oh, if they could see this now, And yeah, it was a blast. It was scary. It was an adrenaline rush. All of those emotions at once going, And I'm like, it had been a long time since I felt all of those. And that, I never felt more alive than I did last week when we were when we were camping. I don't know how to explain it. I had trouble adjusting being back in the house. Does that make sense? I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my house. I love being here and all this stuff. But I would find myself just going out on the porch and sitting when I could because of the breathing issues and stuff. And just go out there and sitting, just listening, And I had a blast. And now I know Ray, what you all, when you talk about opening up, your doors and just looking out at the ocean or looking out at nature, even being back on Alabama, at the Alabama hills, there's like this freedom and this connection to earth and to, I don't know what you call it, the universe or whatever you want to call it. There's like this connection. And even if you don't get to do it on a regular basis, do it as often as you can, because there is something about that. Well, for me, it brings me more centered within myself. It reminds me of who I am, where I came from, and it's just an amazing feeling that I cannot describe. And I don't think that even I watch Chrome a lot too, and he's always talking about these amazing, feelings of being able to look out and see this and see. I still don't think he can explain it enough to make you understand what it feels like, And I want to thank Kevin and Ray, and yes, even Chrome, and all of these people that have opened my eyes to this. And it has just been amazing. And I sit there on the boat that last day filming, because it's like, I grew up on this river, or on this lake, I should say. I've seen it from about every angle. My dad would hunt over there. We would night fish over there. So most people say, I've seen it all before. But I saw it through new eyes. I saw it through a creator's eyes. And I don't know about everybody else, but when I see it like that, I kind of think about my creator, what he sees through his eyes. When I look at those mountains, they're mountains, they're trees. I've seen them all before. Nothing special. But when I see them through the eyes of a creator, they're gorgeous. They're breathtaking. They're a sight to be shared. So maybe think about it like this. When your creator looks at you, when you look in a mirror, you see average, you see ordinary, you see blah, blah, blah. But when your creator looks at you, he sees a masterpiece. He sees beauty. He sees joy. He sees amazing person that needs to be shared. So when you think of it like that, when you look at the world through the eyes of a creator, think about it. I know I'm getting all mushy and all philosophical and whoa. But anyway, guys, we've got 10 more minutes. Any questions? Any comments? Anything that I need to improve on? Because I just rattle on. Yeah. Paula says up there, yes, it does. House is too big after being in a van and being outside. Yeah. Ty, hello. I think about my cousin, and I won't go into it because it's a big, long story, but he was wrongfully convicted and been in prison for 5 years. So when he came out, everything was new to him. Everything. They didn't have cell phones like they have now. They didn't have the internet like they have now. So I had to teach him some of the things. Oh, NJ, welcome. And he was afraid to go outside. He was afraid to go outside of his fence even. If you could get him outside in the yard, you were doing, that was a big feast right there. A big feat. And through YouTube, I got him out on a boat and got him seeing things through the eyes of a creator. Well, hello, Red. Hello, hello. Oh, and Jay, you got a sick dog. Oh, I hate to hear that. I hate to hear that. So, I want to be able to bring some of that joy to people, bring some. I always told my son growing up, he's got a very big heart. I mean, he's got an amazing side to him that not a lot of kids his age has. He's got a lot of compassion about him. And he always says, Mom, I wished we were rich so I could help people. I said, honey, you don't have to be rich to help people. If nothing else, give someone a smile. They're free, and it may be the only smile that person gets that day. 9 out of 10 times when you smile at somebody, they will smile back. And if you can get someone to smile, you can get their endorphins flowing. Endorphins is what makes you feel good, So if nothing else, give somebody a smile, It don't cost you nothing. Just walk by, smile at them. If they ask, hey, what are you smiling at? Say, you're an awesome person. Or it's a beautiful day. Or I just felt like smiling. It has just been a mind-altering vacation. And my camping, and yes, during the second windstorm, a second pole in our tent broke. But I was fortunate enough, I contacted Napier and they're sending out replacements. They said they're sending out the replacement poles and the skin. Now, what they meant by the skin, I don't know. I don't know if they meant the tent or the rain thing that goes over top of it. I don't know. But anyhow, they're sending out replacements. Karen Boardman, hello, hello. So they are going to replace that. So that makes me, feel good. I only had it 2 months. First time I used it, and both the poles on it ended up breaking. But for us, it was a decent setup. And when I go to Mayberry, now I know I need my grill and my my little oven, my little toaster oven. Hubby's like, well, don't you need your hot plate? No, if I have something in a pot that I need, I'll just stick it on the grill. He's like, but you'll burn the pot. I'll clean it up later, right? Paula, thank you for coming in. And you have a great day and an amazing weekend. And don't let Randy work too hard. Just not too hard. But he's got to get caught up on that firewood. Winter is important. You got to have the firewood. But yeah, it was an amazing trip. I've got video coming out. It may not be perfect. I may not do a lot of editing to it. Just let you see it raw and in person. See what I saw, Maybe you'll see the amazing stuff that I saw, or maybe you'll just think that girl's totally crazy. Ain't nothing about that place, But yeah, I'm so glad we got together. And now we're so looking for Mayberry, looking forward to Mayberry. And even hubby is excited took him a night or two to get used to sleeping in the SUV because of the um, hello Naj, because the way the pillow is, I mean the mattress is, it fit between the wheel wells. But you know how it is where the seats go and the back doors are, it flares out. So we had to get some pillows and stuff into that so we didn't roll into a hole. Um, if somebody asks why you're smiling, just giggle, tell them you're not going to tell it. There you go. And but after we got the kinks worked out of sleeping in there, it was awesome. We had um, our little fans were clipped to the things you hang your clothes on in the back seats. We had them up there hooked to the jackery so we could turn those on at night. We had a big fan that we would put at the end of the tent so that it would blow in underneath the rain shield would come out and like kind of hover over the fan, and the fan would blow through the tent and through the SUV. Then at night, of course, we could turn that one off, and we just had our little fans. And hubby had even went to get a little window unit air conditioner to put at the end of the tent because it would get hot in there during the day, but it wouldn't work. Brand new, couldn't get it to work, which could have been a good thing because if we'd got it cooled down in there during the day, we'd have probably done a whole lot of napping. It would have been like, I'm going inside taking a nap. We got home. The neighbor come down and said, that fan's not kicking in. And he's looking at it because we were going to take it back, and just reaching with the knife, hit the fan, got it to running, and it works fine now. Me personally, I would have took it back, got my money back, But now hubby's like, oh, now I've got an air conditioner I could put in my garage. Yeah, okay, honey. I think that was the plan the whole time. Oh, so I have to work now. Stay positive. Keep happy, everyone. Have a good one. Oh, Brandon, thank you. Thank you. But yeah, Kenneth, they tell me that they will have my tent. I got an email yesterday. They mailed it out, and I should get it within 7 to 10 days. So, which is actually quicker than what it took to get the tent to start with. But I had to send them pictures of the damage and proof of purchase and all that stuff. So they got all of that. And so they're sending out my replacement. And so hopefully we can get everything else lined out for Mayberry because hubby did up it, and we will be there all week. I think we're rented from Sunday to Sunday. I think it is. And what is this, Ty? Who is this? What is going on? I said hello to you, Ty. All right. I have no clue. But if you don't need to be part of my chat, guess what? Boom. Oh. You don't have to be part of my chat. I don't care. So when I tried to put him, it won't let me. Oh, I know why it won't let me. Because I'm in the wrong thing here. Give me a second. Oh, Kenny hopes he gets his van back in time. Oh, yeah, Kenny. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Ford man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But you know how that goes. I don't care. I will give anybody the benefit of the doubt, which apparently, if I think that's who I think it is, which it probably is, I was giving that person a benefit of the doubt. But then when I come into my life and be like that, I don't think so. Sorry. I need to figure out how to go in and update this banner. Does anybody know how to do that? James Cantonese, hello, hello. Oh. Oh, but anyway, but I need to update this because I do now have a P.O. box. Let me see if I can. I'm making sure it's where it's supposed to be. And so, Roy and Becky's Travels. Hello, hello. Oh, pooey. Purry, purry, purry. I go to there. Yes. My P.O. box is on my About page. So if I go over there and I do this, wah, 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 wah. Well, but anyway, oh, I just saw somebody new come in. I post this here. Let's see if that works. Yay! I got a new post office box, people. Wayward Lost Soul Music. Oh, goodness. Goodness. Well, you know what? Sorry, people. Give me just a second there. Put in timeout. Nope. We're just going to remove it. Because, like I said, I'll give people the benefit of the doubt. But when you come into my chat bringing your crap, guess what? Boom. Because it's my decision then. You can play your games anywhere, but when you're on my field, it's my rules, right? So, am I right or am I right? You know? Oh, Thin Blue Lane, I'm so sorry you're not feeling good. I'm so, so sorry. Here, I'll pat your hand, make you feel better. But yeah, guys, I have been on here, well, way over my hour. And I did not mean to do that. But I want you to get better, Bill. Get better quickly. Um, and just, oh, get out. And then I want people to get out. Yes, yes, Red. I went and hubby got me a P.O. box. Like you said, that's all part of my birthday stuff. Because I kept telling him, I says, I will, I'll wait and let my YouTube channel pay for itself and stuff. But, you know how that goes. It takes a while. But he went ahead and he got me another set of stickers. So I now have the round stickers. They're the egg-shaped. And I have the square ones. So I've got 2 sets of stickers now. And then, like I said, he got me the new toaster oven, the grill. I forgot what all he did. But it was so awesome. Then I come home and my bestest friend ever, which she sent me a message that she had left me a thing on my porch Friday. And I'm like, well, I'll get it Sunday when I get home. She's like, well, I'll just go ahead and have your mom go up and get it for you, you know. So Sunday I get back and my mom brings up my bestest friend. She had bought me a beautiful candle. Oh my God, it smells so good. And a bunch of flowers for my birthday. And it meant so much to me. Me and her have been best friends since like the 3rd grade. And she's that one best friend that no matter where you are or what you're doing, she seems to know, you know? So, but yeah, it was an awesome, awesome week, an amazing, enlightening trip. And it wouldn't have been possible if I hadn't learned to look at things. Mandy Dalton, hello, hello. That sounds like a new name to me. Mandy Dalton. Okay. I probably met you somewhere recently, it sounds like. But anyway, I got 15 people in the house. That's good for me. Yay! Your field, your rules. Oh, yeah. Yeah, a little bit behind there, but not too bad, not too bad. But yeah, you're right. My field, my rules, right? But anyway, I just wanted to come in and update everybody on what an amazing week we had. It was memorable. Nonetheless, it was so memorable. Roy and Becky's Travels. Have a great day, hon. Thank you all so much for being here. And I'm going to get off here myself because, like I said, oh, yeah, I do the same thing. Sometimes I'll flip myself out of people's shows or out of their channels. I've been on here 10 minutes more than I planned on being. Hubby's came in from outside, so I'm going to go check on him and the dogs. And like I said, I want to thank you all again, because if not for YouTube. I don't think I would be looking at things through a creator's eyes. Oh, okay. Yeah, Mandy. It is actually, once you learn how to pare it down and take only the necessities, it's actually a really good way to weekend voyage, you know. So, but we did a week in it, so it wasn't too bad. But you all have a good week. Like I said, thank you again for giving me a new insight and a new way to look at life. And know that I love each and every one of you. I do have my PayPal up. And like I said, that goes strictly to doing more adventures and stuff like that. I'm not looking to upgrade any of my equipment right now. Things are going good the way they are. And I'm learning to use what I have. Karen, thank you so much. And that's what I tell my hubby. I don't need to go out and buy a new camper to go camping. I don't need the best of the best or the latest and newest model of this and that. I use my phone, my laptop that he had bought last year, and I use free software. I use the free version of StreamYard. I use free versions of different things for editing. And that's what I want people to see. You don't have to have a ton of money, to enjoy yourself. The expensive part comes in the food and if we go motocross tonight, $10 a person, or, when you go sightseeing, different things, like that. So why would I want to spend a lot more money on a phone or a camera when I can take that money and split it up into different adventures, different things that we can do? And that's what I want to do. I want to do things my way, I guess you could say. And but I'm going to get off here. I'm going to let you all go. And just remember that if there is a will, there is a way. Do what you have to do that fits for you. Enjoy life. Respect yourself. Respect each other. Know that you are loved. And we love you. If nobody else does, I do. Camping therapy. Hello. And like I said, if you don't think nobody else does, know that I love you. And you all have made a difference in my life. So you are special. You are important. And you do make differences in people's lives. Because I'm living proof of it. And every smile you see is the smiles from you all reflecting back. Because you put the smile on my face. And yes, Doreen, above all, Jesus does love you. And you guys, I do have I put my P.O. box in there. And when I get it, that was the whole thing. I was going to try to update my ticker here, but I didn't get a chance to. But I got the P.O. box. If you have any questions or anything, drop me a letter, drop me a note. Something bothering you, something, you want to talk about, reach out. I would love if I don't go, hubby stops at the post office box and pick up the mail. And I'd love for him to come in one day and say, "Oh my God, you've got mail." But if y'all need anything, there's the P.O. box, and if you need to get a hold of me, do what you can, reach out. I'll always be there. Victoria, email me your address, and I will definitely definitely get you a sticker out. And let me just 1 second, people. If y'all have stickers, send them to that send them to that post office box. I'll show you what I am doing with my stickers. I've got a little, see my little travel journal. And what I'm doing is I am putting the pages in, right? Then when I meet you and when I see you, guess what? I want you to sign the book. That's what my plans are. So this book will go with me everywhere I go. And when I run into a YouTuber, I will get a sticker and a signature. And if I've already gotten your sticker, I will get your signature. And this is my Champion of Champion books right here. This is my family album. So, so if you've got stickers, you want to put them in the family album, send them to me at the post office box, which I think I can still do. Let me see. Yay. They're at the post office box. And I will stick them in my family album. Actually, this means a lot to me. I don't have a lot of family albums. I don't keep a lot of pictures of my family. But this is my new family album. So if y'all want to be in the family album, send me a sticker at the post office box address there. I will get you in there. And then when I see you, when I see you all at Mayberry, if you want, we can exchange stickers then. And so if I've already got stickers from you, get you to sign it. And like I said, this is my Superstar notebook right here. So, but anyway, I'm rambling again. I love you all. And I will catch you all later. Bill, I hope you feel better soon, honey. I really do. And anybody else out there not feeling well, I don't keep any. I'm a minimalist. Yeah. Well, see, that's why I said I can keep, I slapped myself there. I can keep it, instead of having stickers everywhere, I can keep it all right there in one nice, neat little place. But anyway, I love you all. Hope you all have an awesome weekend. And I am going to try to do another. I'm trying to find out a time frame to do lives. So hopefully we'll catch you all again soon. Hot cats. And remember, I love you. God loves you. And we are all one big happy family. So respect each other. Respect yourself. Have fun. Enjoy life. And go find your next adventure. Mwah! Love you all. Bye.